So guys, welcome back to the T.O.D project, episode 3. Like I mentioned in the intro, I am here with our special guest, Hope Ellen. Hope, how are you doing today across the pond? So kind of let's move toward your livelihood, your job that you do. You said you're a presenter. Where exactly? So where do you fall in that? Because presenting is a very broad kind of area. You either, like people can consider, oh, you're a public speaker. Okay, that's a presenter. Like maybe some people think, what do you do, like PowerPoints in class or something, or like So kind of like I guess where to start off, I guess where do you primarily reign on the whole presenting type of field, and then we'll kind of move on from there.
So I think it's taken me a little bit of time to kind of work out what my USP is, what my niche actually is. I think this summer it actually occurred to me that I'm more of a character than a presenter. Like I can't imagine myself being. I'm not like a news presenter. I'm not a serious presenter. My manager would say that I'm an entertainment presenter, which is probably what I do fall under. Um, that's kind of it, really. I mean, there's a big difference between on screen and radio presenting. They're two different, complete different skill sets. Radio has been such a challenge for me to crack. It's such a skill that you need to really keep working on. Work on once and then keep working on it every single week. I'm constantly asking for feedback to keep getting better and developing that skill. Because you think about it, on radio, no one can see you. So you can't do any gestures with your hands. Your facial expressions aren't going to help you. It's all about your delivery and all about your tone.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas video, you can be as expressive as you like. And I am very, as you've seen on Instagram, I'm sure, I'm very expressional with my face and how I act. So it's been quite challenging. And realistically, I've been doing this 3 years. I went freelance this year and I'm now doing radio 4 times a week. It's my bread and butter job. It's my main source of income. Which in the scheme of things, in this industry, that's actually really quick. In 3 years to have achieved that is like a big achievement. But there's still a long, long way to go. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm going to keep pushing and thriving to get there, and I will get there as long as I keep working hard.
So how old are you? I forgot to ask.
I'm 23.
Okay, 23. So you're 2 years older than me. So I guess how did you get into presenting then? Since you're 23, that I feel like that's usually you don't really see people that are like on TV and on radio. I mean, at least in America, people you're 23 years old, you're not really doing much yet as a presenter, at least. So I guess sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I can't believe that you're 20, 21.
21.
That's insane for me. You look a lot older with that beard.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. So for me, I used to want to be a presenter when I was younger. You won't know these names, I'm sure, but there's British presenters, Fern Cotton, Holly Willoughby, Davina McCall. They're not just presenters who pop up and everyone knows who they are for 2 seconds. They are like well-established household names. Everyone knows them. And that's what I'm trying to aim towards. I don't want to be one of these people who make it big for a year and then everyone's forgotten who you are. I don't want that. If it takes me longer to get there, it's fine as long as my career's longer. You know, I'd rather put the work in and be there for a long time. So for me, I used to look up to those people. I went through school, I got all my qualifications. I didn't go to university, or as you would probably refer to it as college. It wasn't for me. I went straight into office work. And then, this sounds really, really cliche, but I went through a really bad breakup and I had a reality check and was like, what am I doing? I don't want to work in an office all my life. And I saw people who were had the same kind of qualities as me, same kind of personality traits, and they were making it big money as presenters. So I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I started off doing YouTube videos just talking about different albums. That's where I started. And if I look back at those videos now, it's so cringeworthy because I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm saying every 2 minutes. The editing is so shabby. But everyone's got to start somewhere. And I put those videos out, and the first video I done was about Tyler, the Creator's album, Flower Boy. It was a review on that. Because I love music, all sorts of different music. And I sent it to loads of people, just on Instagram, just this video, this link to my YouTube video, to all these different production companies. I had no idea who they were, I had no idea what I was getting myself into or what was going to happen. But one of them come back to me. They were called Lively TV at the time, and I'm still in touch with one of the guys from that, the videographer from that, who's now doing really well.
Okay.
And I used to drive up from Norfolk to London, which is like a 3 hour drive, and I used to go there and I used to film with them, and I learned how to do auto cue, so that when the words are on the screen. I learned how to work with a green screen. I learned how to use mics. I learned the kind of basic things, and I started getting content, and I started making stuff, got a show reel together, and it all went from there. Had I have not had the courage to put myself out there in the first place, not knowing anything about it, then none of this would have happened. Even if if I look back at it now and I think, what on earth was that? At the time, it was something. And that's what you got to do. If you've got an idea, you've got to try. That's what I think.